Ever wonder why a toilet seat cost the Pentagon $640? Maybe it's because the real money can't be spoken about, because it is spent covertly developing high-tech weapons for a highly trained special mission force. This is the technology of G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe uses experimental military technology to combat Cobra. Cobra has immense resources, and it is not subject to the rules of the Geneva Convention or human decency. I explored the technology of Cobra in a separate video. Here is how G.I. Joe employs technology to combat Cobra. G.I. Joe employs state-of-the-art laser rifles as part of their arsenal. Anthony Gambella, codenamed Flash, was the first soldier to utilize the XMLR-1A shoulder-fired laser rifle. The rifle fires a concentrated beam which, if the user has the patience, can cut through metal. A soldier armed with an XMLR-1A could cut a hole through a steel door or burn a pinprick-sized hole through thick armor plating to ignite the fuel supply of a HISS tank. The XMLR-1A requires the user to wear a suit with a burn-proof padding as well as a visor to protect the eyes. The XLMR-3A is the standard issue laser rifle issued by the G.I. Joe team. Rather than a concentrated beam, it fires a burst with an effect similar to a bullet and requires no special equipment to operate. The HAL, or Heavy Artillery Laser, can destroy a tank with a single blast. It is equipped with advanced heat dampeners that allow the HAL to be fired multiple times without the barrels melting from the intense heat. It is light enough to be towed by a land vehicle. The laser cannons are usable for 30-hour cycles. The Pack Rats, or Programmed Assault Computer Rapid All-Terrain, are unmanned robots that can be deployed alongside soldiers for additional fire support. They can be remote controlled, and there is a flamethrower, a machine gun, and a missile launcher. The Jump Jetpack is an experimental backpack that allows soldiers to fly into battle or be deployed from helicopters or low-flying aircraft. The Jump, or Jet Unit Mobile Propulsion, contains 2 hours of fuel supply. Attached to the unit is a laser blaster with an infrared sight. The Jump can fly at rates of 150 miles per hour, although that would not be advised unless you operate with the precision of a former acrobat, like the Jump expert Starduster. Stalker also has a particular skill for operating the Jump, allowing him to speed over the heads of the enemy and toss grenades into HISS tanks. G.I. Joe has many vehicles at their disposal. Some are modified real-world vehicles, while others are more experimental. If you need to get extra firepower into the battlefield rapidly, the Ram cycle will do the job. Equipped with a 20mm Vulcan series Gatling gun that holds 1,200 rounds of ammunition, the 1000cc twin-cam engine with turbo fuel injector enables it to reach speeds up to 95 miles per hour on a full load. The RAM stands for Rapid Fire Motorcycle, although shouldn't that be RFM? I suppose RIFM doesn't roll off the tongue the way RAM does, so we'll let that go. The Vamp is G.I. Joe's primary fast attack vehicle. Based on the Lamborghini Cheetah, the Vamp is powered by a 4.8-liter V12 fuel-injected twin-turbo engine that enables it to reach speeds of 140 miles per hour and a range of 550 miles. Its main weapon is twin 50-caliber machine guns that can be computer-operated and automated, allowing Clutch to concentrate on driving while the cannons take out the enemy. The Vamp is powerful enough to tow weapon systems such as the HAL or the MMS, aka the Mobile Missile System, which is based on the Raytheon MIM-23 medium-range surface-to-air missile launcher which fires Hawk missiles. That stands for Homing All the Way Killer Missiles. The Mobat is based on a prototype MBT-70. It is armed with 130mm anti-armor cannon which is capable of firing up to 80 rounds. It can submerge in water for up to an hour due to retractable snorkels and airtight hatches. The driver operates a 50-caliber machine gun. An advancement in the Mobat is the MBT Mauler. It boasts an MXZ 125mm earthquake cannon and has smoke dispensing system assemblies for concealing the tank from conventional optical sighting systems. The AW Striker, or all-weather environmental vehicle, is based on the Chinook. The vehicle features a forward-positioned cage-mounted 70mm grenade launcher using a co-pilot targeting onboard camera system that allows for firepower on the move. While it lacks armor, the AW Striker's lightness and extended travel suspension allows for fast attacks over a variety of terrain. The Striker can also be fitted with dual RPG launchers and a gunner seat. G.I. Joe utilizes state-of-the-art experimental vehicles as well, such as the Havoc. The Havoc stands for Heavy Articulated Vehicle Ordnance Carrier. It is armed with dual leveler 75mm cannons that are operated from a gunner seat connected to an articulated arm. The front of the Havoc has 2 guns that can pivot and are operated by the driver. The rear of the Havoc boasts 2 auto-load 9mm machine guns and 4 Lancer bipulse anti-armor heat-seeking missiles. The Havoc carries a ground effect vehicle, which can be sent out as a recon vehicle or can be used as a second assault vehicle during a firefight. The GEV has a pair of computer-synchronized 7.62mm machine guns. The craft is powered by a 110 horsepower blower direct ignition engine, and its airfoil consists of 2 vertical pitch control lifting hover fans, allowing it to hover over any terrain. In the Arctic, G.I. Joe has a series of vehicles. The Snowcat is G.I. Joe's Arctic tank. The front cab is thermal insulated and accommodates a crew of 2, a driver, gunner, plus passenger. The bulletproof canopy has an ejection mechanism, internal heating elements, heavy-duty dual-blade Arctic wipers, and super heavy-duty defrosters. The Snowcat's primary armament consists of 4 wire-guided Shockwave HE-27 250-pound missiles fired from a 4-stage missile launcher mounted at the rear, and twin low-pressure, high-speed avalanche heat-seeking GGMs mounted onto skis, aka ski-pedos. These ski missiles travel at 100 miles per hour and can be triggered by proximity fuses. For fast attacks or troop transport, G.I. Joe employs the Polar Battle Bear. It features twin synchronized 50mm cannons and heat-seeking missiles attached to the front skis. For even faster light attacks, G.I. Joe Arctic troops employ skis and snowboards, and advanced weapon systems such as ski-mounted machine guns that can be triggered remotely, or the backpack carried by Blizzard, which can convert to a rocket-propelled ski sled armed with a minigun. G.I. Joe dominates sea and air with the USS Flag, a heavily armed aircraft carrier which operates as the sea-bound headquarters of G.I. Joe. The USS Flag, named after the legendary original G.I. Joe General Flag, is an aircraft carrier modeled after the U.S. Navy's 1980s fleet of supercarriers. It is a floating fortress capable of transporting the Joe team and their vehicles to remote parts of the world. The Flag is protected by 76mm rapid-fire blaster anti-ship guns and a missile launcher system. The backbone of G.I. Joe's Air Force is the Sky Striker XP-14F, based on the U.S. Navy's F-14 Tomcat, popularized by Top Gun. It is a supersonic twin-engine, tandem 2-seat, twin-tail, all-weather capable variable sweep-wing fighter aircraft. Armaments for the Sky Striker include the AIM-9 Sidewinder, AIM-7 Sparrow, and the AIM-54 Phoenix missiles. The plane has an internal M61 Vulcan 20mm Gatling cannon. The Sky Striker is made for launching from an aircraft carrier. It is outfitted with Martin Baker GRU-7A rocket-propelled ejection seats, features electronic countermeasures and radar warning receiver systems. Chafe flare dispensers exist for throwing off heat-seeking missiles. Detachable rocket propulsion modules can be mounted between the vertical tails, making the Sky Strikers capable of orbital spaceflight. The Conquest X-30 is a nimble fighter plane with twin liftoff 25K thrust turbofan engines that can reach speeds of up to Mach 2.42. The fuselage is constructed from carbon fiber and other advanced materials, so it does not buckle under high G-force maneuvers. It also has an X-tail design. It is equipped with twin double-blast 25mm Vulcan cannons with 750 rounds each, anti-tank cluster bombs, and 4 underwing AIM-12 Light Sparrow missiles. The pilot's bioform slant-back ejection seat is also amazingly ergonomic, allowing for the maximum working condition to perform aerial feats. Right and forward of the cockpit, mounted on the fuselage in a recessed bay, is the in-flight refueling probe. However, the key to the X-30's success is its relaxability, meaning it relies on 3 computer black boxes using an FBW flight control system to continually make micro adjustments in order to correct the warplane's inherent instability. The Tomahawk is G.I. Joe's main vehicle used for extraction of a hot landing zone. The Tomahawk is loaded with certain special equipment, including a belly hook on a motor-driven winch with a 2.5-ton load capacity, allowing the Tomahawk to lift and transport vehicles or tactical battle platforms into battle. The cabin has a side-by-side glass cockpit with MMD and an ECM suite tied into a fully automated threat display. The helicopter's soft kill measures include chaff and flare dispensers under the rear engine, and the engine exhausts have infrared filters as well as baffle plates that mix hot gases with cool air before discharging. The Tomahawk is fitted with a external storage support system on 2 winglet pylons which carry 6 250-pound free-fall dumb bombs and 2 anti-obstacle AGMs that can also be used for air-to-air engagements. The helicopter is also fitted with 2 laser-enhanced NVS 50 caliber fully automatic machine guns on swinging pintle mounts and a 6-barreled XM197 20mm cannon mounted to the electric chin. The TAT, the Tactical Armament Turret, is slaved to the gunner's helmet-mounted sight. The cargo hold has capacity to transport 5 soldiers and has 2 gunner stations. For a fast attack helicopter, however, the G.I. Joe employs the Dragonfly, based on the United States Marine Corps AH-1TC Cobra, but with customization special to the Joe team. Twin turbo shaft engines allow it to reach speeds of 220 miles per hour and go as far as 510 miles. Primary offensive capabilities involve a multitude of missiles, including Sidewinders, a 25mm Vulcan chain gun that fires 1,200 rounds of ammo, and a laser-guided 160mm cannon pod. All that is supplemented by a pair of X-551 mini cannons and an M34 grenade launcher, both located at the turret section. The Shark is the most advanced single-man submersible aircraft in the world. It stands for Submersible High-Speed Attack and Reconnaissance. The Shark is capable of moving from the sea into the air using 2 powerful engines. The Shark works better underwater than it does in the air and is not really made for dogfighting. Armed with 2 pop-up 30mm tidal wave cannons, the Shark can plunge into deep water and rise up, shredding the underbelly of an enemy ship with its machine guns, and then leap above the surface to engage in aerial combat. The Shark is armed with an acoustic ASW torpedo. This torpedo works by homing in on the sounds made by a submarine or similar water-based vehicle. While the Shark allows G.I. Joe to move from the sea to the air, the killer whale allows for a beach invasion. While the hovercraft technology moves this immense armored troop carrier across sea and then allows it to move across land, mud, ice, or any other surface. The puncture-resistant steel mesh nylon composite cushion can absorb up to light machine gun damage and can be repaired using onboard specialized duct tape. The hovercraft is propelled by twin high-output SC5HO diesel engines. Armed to the teeth, the hovercraft has 2 gunner's nests with crow's nest turrets, each mounted with a 1.75-inch 50 caliber Thrasher anti-aircraft machine guns. The craft's primary armaments, controlled by the navigator gunner, include 2 forward-firing 105mm pounder cannons and 2 quad SAM box launchers that fire short-range anti-ship armor missiles. The Whale can unleash depth charges, and the Whale's forward hold launches a 1-man reconnaissance jet sled that can attain a max speed of 25 knots and a range that can attain a maximum speed of 25 knots. The jet sled is impeller driven and maintains communication by using a mini-watt type low-frequency directional radio. Between the gearbox and fans stows a lightweight HL-66 scooter for recon missions and surveillance. G.I. Joe is headquartered at the Pit, an underground fortress hidden underneath the Chaplain's Assistant School's motor pool in Fort Wadsworth on Staten Island. The Pit is protected by 5 levels of steel-reinforced radiation-shielded concrete and alloy armor. The Pit is a self-contained environment capable of withstanding a 5-megaton direct hit and remaining button-up past radiation subsidence. All levels can be sealed in the case of attack and survive independently for up to 6 months. The Pit features an armory for storage of vehicles and weapons, training grounds, living quarters, situation rooms, and more. When the Pit's location was discovered by Cobra, G.I. Joe moved to a series of mobile command centers like the General or the Mobile Command or the USS Flag, allowing G.I. Joe to follow Cobra all around the world. Many G.I. Joe operators employ state-of-the-art and experimental weapons. The Covert Operations Specialist, codenamed Scarlet, carries a modified crossbow that can be equipped with a series of arrows, including arrows that fire electric charges, allowing her to incapacitate an enemy without lethal force. The crossbow can be fitted with a grappling hook, or it can be fitted with explosive warheads. transforming the silent weapon into a devastating short-range silent-propelled missile system. The covert operative Lady J carries extendable javelins, which can be fitted with explosive warheads. The javelins can be used as a melee weapon or hurled at great distances to deliver a silent explosive payload. The Operator Heavy Duty employs a man-portable heavy weapons system that features M202 quad-burst missile launchers, laser cannons, 2 rotary Gatling guns, all held within an armored battle desk. But the most experimental weapon system G.I. Joe has employed this far was the sub-team Battle Force 2000. The Battle Force 2000 was equipped with state-of-the-art experimental technology. The main feature of the Battle Force was the formation of the Future Fortress. The 5 vehicles could discard a weapon system and form into a heavily armed battle fortress. The Future Fortress was equipped with anti-aircraft cannons, an armored turret, and more. However, not all experiments can be considered a success, and all but one of the Battle Force 2000 members lost their lives heroically fighting Cobra. The experimental weapons program was discontinued. The Rolling Thunder is a battleship on wheels, featuring extra heavy plated chassis armor. Weaponry includes a turret-mounted 90mm cannon, chin-mounted hot-point laser cannon, and forward-facing 50 caliber twin machine guns. To defend from all sides, Rolling Thunder also featured 4 fully swiveling chair-mounted armor-piercing dual laser cannon stations and a detachable radar-controlled missile system, including 6 rockets. The vehicle also included a variety of surface-to-air and armor-piercing Sidewinder rockets for forward and rear defense. The wheels of the Rolling Thunder are rollover, landmine-proof, extra heavy-duty tires. In the belly of the beast is a deployable 6-wheeled ATSV all-terrain scout vehicle that can be deployed at a moment's notice and is armed with twin punch-it 50 caliber machine guns. The main feature of the Thunder is the 2 ICBM, that's intercontinental ballistic missiles, that house 6 Firefly rollout freefall cluster bombs, giving G.I. Joe nuclear capabilities. G.I. Joe takes the battle into outer space with the Defiant space shuttle launch system. The Defiant is a large shuttle complex consisting of a moving gantry, the crawler, that is able to elevate and launch the shuttles from any location. The shuttles consist of a booster and a smaller shuttle that sits atop it. Understanding that Cobra would do everything in its power to stop the shuttle from launching, the crawler is heavily armed with cannons stationed all around. The Defiant booster space station allows for deeper space travel and is heavily armed with panels that revolve to reveal multiple weapons. The Crusader shuttle can disembark from the booster for space missions like defending satellites from Cobra stilettos. An articulating arm is used for retrieval of vital satellite fragments or used for rescue missions. The arm is fitted with dual laser cannons, and underneath the nose compartments open to reveal front-facing laser cannons. Whether in air, sea, land, or outer space, G.I. Joe has the technology to defend the world from Cobra. If you'd like to check out what they're up against, watch my video on the technology of Cobra.